As I said yesterday, loving yourself isn't a prerequisite to loving someone else. But I do believe that loving yourself enriches your experiences of life, and loving yourself means finding the worth in yourself and placing a value on it. And for those of us who grew up in dysfunctional families, being abused regularly, even daily, or even like I was, multiple times daily by multiple people, feeling that we're lovable or that we deserve to be loved is not something that we're used to. But I'd like you to think back to the last time you were in the presence of a very young baby. They're totally in love with themselves, aren't they? They have no doubt that they are the center of the universe, that they are the most important people in the world, indeed, that they are the only people in the world. And here's some really great news. All that self-love that babies are born with, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't evaporate. It doesn't run out. That love is still inside you. It's just been covered over with hurt and lies and gaslighting and abuse and the voice of the critic in your own head. So your job is to be an archaeologist of sorts. You don't have to learn how to love yourself. You have to remember how to love yourself. And remembering something that you already know is an awful lot easier than learning something that you don't know. It took me years to remember how to love myself, and I'd like to share some of the things I learned along the way. The first thing might sound counterintuitive. I'd like you to tune into that critical voice in your head and listen to what it says. Write down the nasty words and phrases. Then look at them. Read back over them. Where did they come from? Whose voice is it you hear in your head when you're berating yourself? Now, I'd suggest that it's not actually your voice, but the voice of one of your parents or of someone else who was unkind to you in your childhood. In your best attempt at dispassionate objectivity, read them over again and mark the ones that are true. How many have you marked? One? All? None? I'm willing to bet that really and truly none of them is actually true. Given that, I'd like you to stop saying things to yourself that aren't true. Seriously, stop lying to yourself about yourself. And I'd now like you to write a list of things about yourself that are true. Be honest. Don't censor yourself. Don't worry about appearing big-headed or egotistical or narcissistic. No one ever needs to see this, but you. Now that you have your list, I want you to read it every day and add to it as new things come to mind. This is your first step, and I'll share another step with you tomorrow.